It is now Saturday night, the 21st of March, 2026, 7:39 p.m. This is probably the highest contrast view I have seen of Jupiter's equatorial belts yet. And I'm also seeing the temperate belts. North and south, there's not as much vacillation in the image of Jupiter. This is a 300% or 450x view. I have adjusted the contrast a little bit, but it looked quite nice to begin with. In terms of micro level detail, I'm seeing some white spots. Now, north and south have been reversed this time because the scope has done an equatorial flip. I've been out doing star alignments. And most of the time you see those white spots along the southern equatorial belt, while the northern equatorial belt appears to be a little more, northern temperate belt to the left seems to be a little better defined. Now, I haven't played with the focus. I may do just a slight amount of refocusing so we can watch this. I'll just turn it like just a tad in each direction. Now remember, tomorrow is when I expect to be able to see the GRS, and that's based on a 12-day cycle that I think I kind of figured out based on the rotation of the Earth and the rotation of Jupiter. Jupiter is a little under 10 hours, and the Earth, of course, is a little under 24. I also understand something very strange happened with 3I Atlas, this third interstellar body to have penetrated the solar system. That has been detected. And apparently it did something that was very low probability, and that is on exiting the solar system away from the sun, moving away from perihelion, it is basically passing right at the null point between Jupiter's gravity and Sun's gravity. The null point is where we typically park our satellites. I'm seeing something really dark right there. I'm not sure what it is. It could be on the screen. It could not. I will play with the focus. Anyway, so the probabilities are very, very low that a body exiting the solar system from out extrasolar, from out in the galaxy. Also, that particular body has now been determined based on isotopic ratios to be about 10 billion years old. 3 million, almost 4 billion years younger than the universe as a whole. So I would suspect this is our sharpest view of Jupiter yet. 3I Atlas is probably well beyond it now. I heard that it got a gravitational assist from Jupiter to speed up, but that is only likely, in my estimation, when it passes on the plane of Jupiter, and in so doing so, Jupiter is spinning in the direction it's going. It gets a little bit of a bump. We've used that before with some probes. I think it was Voyager and another probe that went out, a couple of probes that went out. Anyway, that dark spot looks very intriguing. I've also determined, based on the matrices we're seeing across Jupiter, we're getting about 1 arc-second resolution. Should be closer to 0.77, but I haven't done a precise job of counting the number of matrices going across the disk. We could kind of play with that now. I can push it up in magnification, and if anybody wants to, you can see the matrix. I'm going to go all the way up to 100% eZOOM. I don't even know what the bottom line is of eZOOM in terms of capping out. Let's just go to a 1000%. Now you see these little matrices here. If you go across them and you count them, and I think I've counted about 20 to the midpoint, but I'm not sure, you should be able to determine the resolution limit of the scope. Anyway, and ZWO imager combination. And that is a fixed limit because each of those little pixels regions should basically be its own color and intensity. That's my hypothesis anyway. So returning to 300% eZOOM, let's go ahead and play with the focus just a tad because it looks really good right there. Okay, I just rotated it a tad. From my point of view, it would have been rotated, from my point of view, it would appear to be rotated clockwise. And another tad counterclockwise. I'll go a little bit, I think I put it back in its original position. I think I need to go back to its original position for my final focus. And I really want good focus tonight because I want to try at least a 120-second multi-stack exposure without it duplicating stars. So anyway, what I'm going to say now, as you're seeing the bands on the run, is carpet, not